Hi guys, Paul here. So today I'm gonna go through and open all of these lever padlocks. I'm going to be using the DJ multi-pick and I'm using the padlock tips. So I've got the pipe tip with the hole through the centre, and I'm going to be using the pin type one as well. The pin one is going to be for the Chubb battleship. All of the others will use the pipe key, and I'm going to use the same wire on all of these. So we've got 6 lever padlocks, 2 of them the same, well basically the same. So we're going to open all of them with the same wire, and we're going to use 2 different tips. 5 of them are going to be picked using the pipe one. The Chubb battleship's going to be using the pin. Okay. Same principle as a mortise lock. Some of these have got anti-picks in them, some haven't. Some require medium tension, some require light tension, and others it's a juggling act. It's balancing, not putting too much tension on, so that when you go near the anti-picks, if you have to go past an anti-pick to get to the true gate, you're not going to go into it. So you've got to feather your tension, especially on these Walsall. When you go into anti-picks on these, unless you've got a really warm padlock, you're not really ever going to get out of them. So it's a case of having to reset and start again. The 2 Chubbs, I wouldn't say that they're necessarily easy, but they're probably a lot better to get round compared to the Walsall. The Wickes is here, which is a copy of the Era 5 lever. I don't think in this particular one anyway there's any anti-picks in this, and these are pretty good to start with for learning technique, and you get good feedback. Every time a lever gets into its gate you get a little bit more rotation on the tensioning tool, so you can actually feel it starting to walk its way around as you're going through. This Bulldog, not really had much to do with these, it's just a padlock hardwired. Again, picking it open, it doesn't feel like there's any anti-picks in that, but it may be just a case of that I've skipped through them, or they're so small that I've not engaged them. Definitely the others all feel like they've got anti-picks in them. So yeah, so let's get into it. So I'm going to start with this one as it's the easiest. I'm not really going to offer up any tips on how to pick these or what I'm feeding for. It's just to show you again as the versatility of this tool. So we're now talking about 1 minute it's a curtain pick, next minute it can be a 2-and-1. You can do your pre-lifting with this on the fortress, and then we can turn it into a padlock pick, or a 2-and-1 for like the 3 lever stuff. Okay, so all of them I'm going to use the standard wire that comes in the kit. There's nothing been adapted. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this without my hands getting in the way. Okay, so as you can see, that's locked. Okay, I'm just going to go through, just nudge each lever. I'm not going to force anything. I might add a little bit of a click there and a bit of a rotation on the tensioning bar. Again, it's just tapping, but you know, because you don't want to overlift anything, and because there doesn't appear to be any anti-picks in these, by just nudging them, at some point each one's going to fall into its gate and the lock will open. It's not going to go into anti-pick. I mean, I enjoy doing the padlocks. You know, once you've got used to doing deadlocks, I mean, these are sort of, there we go. I wouldn't say a natural progression, but you know, if you're doing multi-locks, you're not going to really struggle with padlocks. Okay, so that's the first one down. Let's do this Bulldog. This one, the pin inside the padlock is quite tight, so I do have to force the sort of wedge the pipe onto the pin in the lock. But again, you know, because it's this being a nice sturdy tool, it's not going to cause any problems. Okay, so I'm just going to push that all the way into the back. Okay, put my wire in. Okay. Again, just going to put medium tension on this one. I haven't locked it. Where's the key? What do I do with the key? It's this one here, I think. My bad. Should have done all this before I started. Don't want the keys, get that out of the way. Let's get this on there again. Okay, so. Okay, so let's tension the lock. And all I'm doing, just going through, nudging each lever, and you can start to feel this one as well when you're in the gate and the tension bar starts to go. I'd say to anyone, you know, don't be fearful of giving these a try. You know, even if you don't come up against them very often, it's still a good learning curve, you know, with your picking. Because all the skills are transferable. Let's reset it. Quite an old sticky lock, this one, so I can't remember how I acquired this one. I think it was just found on a job somewhere, an old job, and a customer said that I could have it. There you go. Okay, so as you saw, I was just literally nudging the levers on that, and I didn't appear to engage in any anti-picks. Okay, so take that one out. So that's the second lever padlock done. Okay, so we're going to move on to these ones, and as I said, these are quite tricky, these ones. I'm not a massive fan of these ones, because they can get frustrating until you learn the picking process on these. but you can end up going into anti-pick quite a few times. And you know, if you're picking these and it goes into anti-pick and you let go of the tension, the levers don't drop down on their own. You have to actually turn the tool that way, in the locking direction, to reset the lock. So okay, so let's go. Fine, one's fine, two is binding, three's a little bit of a bind, four a bit of a bind, three felt like it dropped them, so only three again, four, three, four. Let's go to five. Five's bindings, lifted five. Let's go back to one. One's fine. Lift two up because it's binding and drop down. Three's fine. A bit of a bind on four. Five's fine. Four had a bit of a bind, coming back. Go back to number one. One's fine. Two, three, four, five. A little bit of a kick then. One, two, three, four, one, two, three, four, five solid. I'm going to lift five again. So one, two's dropped, one's dropped slightly in, lifted two again, three, bit of movement on four then, three, four, five's alright, four, five's dropped again, five, four, three, one, lifted two, that had dropped, I've got three, four, five, back to one, one, two, three, little click on three, bit of movement on four, five, four, little bit of movement when I touched on five. Okay, right, so five is fine, four is fine, three is fine, two is fine, one's binding, and it feels like it's a low because of the angle on the tip of the wire. There we go. Okay, that's an insurance approved padlock, so that's done. So we've got another Walsall here, it's locked. Okay, so if you are careful picking these and you feather your tension when you think you're in an anti-pick or you're going into an anti-pick, you can skip out of them, but it's when the tension actually kicks and the bar turns and you actually make the stump, as it were, in the padlock engage in the anti-picks fully, then you'll have to reset the lock. So let's do this one. Get the tension, that's it. So we're going to go lever number one, fine. Five's got a bit of a bind. One, two, three, three's binding. One, two. See, this is what I mean when you go into anti-pick, that's what happens. Okay, so I need to reset this one. You hear that? That's the levers dropping back down. So this time I'm going to start at the back of the lock. Okay. There's a bit of a bind on five. Right, that feels better. And there's a bit of a click then. So five. Four's alright. Three. Bit of a bind on three. lifted 3, 4, still bouncy, 5 feels fine, back to 1, 2, bit of a click on 2, 1's fine, 2's fine, 3's fine, bit of a bind on 4 and a bit of movement, there we go. Okay, because I was feathering the tension on this one, that's why I was able to get that one open. I got it into anti-pick once and not out of it, and I probably had too much tension at that time when I was skipping that lever, and it went the stump, as it were, went into the first gap it found, and then that jammed it up. Okay. Let's do the battleship. Okay, so to change the tip, undo the grab screw, take the tip out, put the pin one in, do the grab screw up, and we're ready to go. And again, we're going to use the same wire. Okay, so with this one, I'm just going to work through the lock again, as always, you know, treat it like you would a mortise lock. Nice little click on that lever, 5 to 1, 2, 2's nice and light there, 1, 2, 3, 4, bit of movement on the touch 4, 5 feels fine, back again, 4, 3, 1, one's still binding, there we go. So that lever number 1, if I had a click on that, and then it needs another click, so it must have a small anti-pick on that one. There we go. That's the Chubb battleship done. And then we've got the Chubb cruiser. Now when I got this, the rivets had been drilled. But that's to show you the inside of what these padlocks are like. Okay. You can see in these locks, I mean, some people say, oh, that's cheating, you're going to see the inside of it. Well, it doesn't matter, because I'm doing this as a purpose to show you this pick opening it. And I have got one without keys, and I just need to clean it up and get it locking. Because at the moment, because I don't have a key, I can't lock it, so I need to get it locked. Once I've got it locked, I'll do a picking of one of these without knowing what the combination is. Alright, as you can see, once the levers lift up, this comes across, removing this out of the shackle, allowing the shackle free rein to move. Okay, so we're going to do this one. I mean, we're at nearly 20 minutes. I don't think I'm going to get this done within the 20 minutes, but it might just go over to 21, 22. He says, okay, so I'm going to go in. Okay, so I'm just going to nudge all of the levers. Just because we saw what the lever combination is, doesn't mean that lever number 1 is going to be the first one to be picked. Yeah, it was. So you had that nice click on number 1. So we're just going to go through under number 2. 2 is soft, nothing. 3, a little bit of resistance, a little click, that's gone soft. 4, a little bit of it's gone soft. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5, 1, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We ain't got the tool all the way in, see? That's why you always need to make sure you when you're first starting that you've inserted it properly. Okay, so 1, nice click on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got to click on 5, 4, resistance, ease off slightly, 4, back to 5, just felt it drop, a little bit of rotation on 5, 5, 4, 3, bit of resistance, 3's light, 4's light, 5's light, 2, there we go. Okay. So that's now picked open. So as you've seen guys, I've just literally done 6 padlocks, 21 minutes, using the same wire, using GJ multi-pick, using 2 different tips, 6 padlocks. 1 opening on one of these, the tips are paid for. You open up all 6 of them, the whole tool's paid for, and you're in profit. If you were to buy individual picks for these, you're probably looking at 60 quid for a Chubb one there, 60-70 quid plus the VAT, 60-70 quid for that one. You know, for them 2, maybe another 60 quid because you'd have to modify it, and maybe some of these others. So you're looking at a few hundred quid there just on padlocked picks. Yeah, some people say you can do it with a key and wires, you know, and if that's what floats your boat, happy days. But for those who want a kit with everything in it, that's your answer. Cheers guys.